Frontline. Where doing the same thing over and over again isn't considered insanity, but rather just good gaming. Today we're going to be looking at some of the ways to get general, as well as some of the tanks that'll help you get there. So stay tuned and subscribe. And so starting off, I generally like to start with a fast-moving, heavy armored tank. Defender, awesome. If you don't have a defender, that's okay. A 110, IS-3, tanks like that. Or you could even get into the IS-3A if you have it, which I'm sure if you have it, you already know it's a beast in this mode, because anything with burst damage does quite well. Now the reason why I like to bring a heavily armored tank at the beginning of the game is you don't know if you're going to be on defense or offense, and so having this type of tank that can actually move, unlike a VK101P, you can get on cap or get on cap to defend it, get on cap to attack it. You get a lot of rank points from capping or defending cap, and you'll see more of that later on. And so the first most basic thing is staying alive. Just staying alive got me this extra rank. Now let's look closely at how much this actually is. We get the reinforcement and we go up a good chunk. So stay alive. Now the second thing is, yes, you want to get damage, but don't make it your sole purpose. I've had 9-10,000 damage games and only made captain. That is horrible, the amount of work you have to put in. So make it a priority, but don't make it your only priority. Now jumping back to tanks for a moment, another tank I like to bring is a hard-hitting tank destroyer, like the K105, the Scorpion G here. The Borsig is amazing. The Sturv S1 or the Udez 03, all fantastic tanks that you can find on these ridge lines and do a lot of damage, but also if you get to the right spot you can get resets on cap. Well, not resets, but damage caused to people on cap that reduce the cap points, because if you have engineering you get lots of rank points from this action. And this brings me to my next point, engineering. Engineering, if you have it on a tank and you shoot somebody on cap, it blocks them from being able to cap for a certain amount of time, and the points they would have acquired during that time go towards you reducing cap points. Now if you kill somebody on cap, yes, doesn't matter if you have engineering, you'll get those points given to you. But if you roll on to cap with engineering, I'll show you that in a bit here. Now the last tank I want to show you that I like to pick for frontline, besides artillery, because artillery on frontline is just fun, is a fast light tank. Doesn't have to be the EBR, I'm just biased that way. The Wheezy 132 is an excellent tank, as well as the other light tanks, premium or non-premium. But what they allow you to do are sneak in and do things like this. And now we're captain, moving on up. Other thing that these light tanks are good for are spotting and assist damage. It does give you more rank. I don't know if it's better than actual damage, but it gives you lots of rank points. And you can do things like this. Now before we get to the final step of getting to general, I just want to say that a autoloader tank towards the end of the match is amazing, especially if you're fighting in town, because you can go around a corner, dump your load, hide, go around, dump your clip, hide, get lots of damage that way. Like I said, burst damage is also good in another way, which you're going to see here in a second. So what we have here are multiple tanks on cap that are slightly distracted by another tank. This is like the perfect opportunity to get to general, and that is by bringing an autoloader to a fight that they're slightly distracted in some low health tanks.
You have been promoted.
So, in case you missed it, what happened there was I went from high captain rank to general in a matter of seconds. What caused this was I destroyed and damaged tanks with engineering that were on cap. Second, I was physically on cap with engineering with multiple tanks on cap, trying to cap. And so all of their points that they were trying to get were flowing into my rank, causing it to grow exponentially. And that is what you want to always be looking for, is that opportunity to get on and get as many rank points as possible. Yes, you might die, but guess what? You'll come back. And so in summary, my biggest recommendations are find tanks that you find are enjoyable and you're able to dish out damage or stay alive. Either of those will help you get more ranks. And of course, have engineering on every single one of your tanks, because when the moment calls, if you're not ready, you will not get the ranks. And so of course, if you have any comments to make, feel free to make them. I will try to respond to as many of them as possible. Also, please hit the like button if you liked it. If not, hit the dislike button. And of course, please subscribe, and I'll keep bringing on more content.